Ladies and gentlemen, you know what this is. You know where we are. Monday AWF live from Queens, New York City. My name is Agent K. Sat beside me is Agent A, and we are gearing up for what will be a tumultuous AWF card, I'm sure.
Oh, you're ecstatic after last Monday, after last Friday's results, huh?
You know, I have got a good night's rest. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have. You know, I don't even consider going on vacation, but I didn't want to miss calling action here on Monday AWF without the scourge of this company around to make my day worse.
Potentially. He's a SmackDown guy, but potentially, yeah, I see. There's no chance of him being here tonight.
Exactly my point. But regardless, coming out here is ARTZ, one half of the Trailblazers.
One guy that didn't get his head caved in potentially by a... Why the hell was that backstage anyway? What the fuck was that thing?
I you know...
Excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not gonna go ahead and say, you know, I haven't certainly benefited from that, but that is a security issue. You know, just because it was my man doesn't mean it can't happen to anyone else. I'm just glad it happened to my man, is all I'll say.
And I'm glad you're an honest man, because you don't call it right down the fucking middle.
Well, I'm calling it right down the middle. I'm just, you know. Well, I'm calling it right down the middle. It's my feelings.
Is the beautiful opener we have in set as the Partyman Willysum is making his way to an AWF ring with Hollywood. You know, a lady that has an AWF women's title shot. You know, Felicia has brought that women's title here to the Monday AWF show. She probably was going to jump to Raw in spite of Mamba Ant, but now that he's out of the picture, she might actually stay an AWF superstar. Thankfully in tow. And Hollywood has a chance to make sure the belt stays in his company in TNC Bloodsport coming up the end of the month on Thursday, February 29th. That'll be a beautiful day in Brooklyn. And that's where we're having a couple stops here in Queens. You know, we'll be in Brooklyn, but we're in Queens today. You know, bloody hell. Beautiful, beautiful time all around. And Willysum embracing the crowd. Hey, came up short last week for the Renegade Championship, but balls to him for stepping into an 8-man elimination match. That's something of a caliber that not many can say they even tried. You can say he tried. And now he has to try to take down Senor ARTZ Shavaska, the former Liga Nation man, and now Trailblazer turned. You know, Agent K reminds us that even though he quote-unquote carries the bags, that he is a bag carrier, the bag haver of his own right, one can say.
And yes, ARTZ is, you know, so adverse in that lucha libre style, even though he's Brazilian, which is an interesting interesting dynamic there, but nevertheless, you know.
Well, inform me, you know, I mean, you're more educated on this than I am. Why is that move the mind? As a neck breaker from, oh my, textbook, actually, that was beautiful.
Oh, lucha libre, Mexican ARTZ.
In Brazil? I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure how wrestling really looks like in Brazil, but I mean, if Shavaska's anything to represent, sure as hell looks exciting.
I mean, hey, they got a world champion on their resume as Willysum picks that champion up. Not to say quote unquote only, but Willysum, a former singles champion, and the inaugural hardcore champion. Say what you want about his reign, but he is the first man to hold that belt in an 8-man match. It was an elimination, but he did get the pin out of 8 other men who could have stopped him. It's a one.
Willysum as American and apple pie and bald eagles.
And even a beautiful supporting fan of the Washington Commanders.
Nice spin kick by Shavaska. You know, I'm wondering where Willysum's headspace is at after Deuce, the de facto, you could say maybe leader of the Agents of Chaos, gave that I want to say powerful, that emulating interview just the other night.
ARTZ cranks up a half Boston Crab. It's not going to work. Willysum, well-versed, is going to slip on out of there. The referee, Special Agent Newton, is making a count. They both go for a neck breaker and a knee drop.
Like, they somehow ducked each other.
I mean, hey, what works, it works. Happy accidents, as Bob Ross would say. But certainly until Deuce lit a fire under the AWF universe on Friday night. Even after Hell, we saw Hell unfold. Just even some of the little words that he and Toda said. We've gotten to a point where people are rebelling against that system. They're figuring out their voice, figuring out the people that they can trust. And see, he did the exact same thing when he realized the scam that was, you know what, so on and so forth. But you see, that he understands that this is a new movement in the AWF, and I guess he's pioneering what it looks like. He's called his shot for End of Days. End of Days!
Well, I certainly think he is pioneering, and I respect Deuce a hell of a whole lot. You know, I appreciate that he's calling out what I've been saying for so long, that Mama Ant is a conspirator. He's the authority.
ARTZ. Oh, he's going up to the top, and
he's
yes,
not
he
for
does.
the people.
I missed this!
ARTZ
Take it away! Big elbow drop!
That'll certainly stop the heart.
1, 2, whoa, and that'll raise the heart as Willysum is on and up. Then a Boston Crab position, but he's right by the ropes. Newton calls it off. Shab's trying to get hold, trying to get some control.
Nice kick right to the face. Oh, and dodged by Willysum.
Good missing of the kick.
Nice spin kick by Shavasco. You know, he really seems to favor those spin kicks. It could really rehabilitate you.
Those spin kicks took down a 500+ man, and that frog splash helped win a championship. So, I think he has a reason to favor those ARTZ. As he's getting dragged into the center of the ring. And ARTZ back to his feet, stomp to the head.
And Willysum, you know, I am a firm believer in AWF competitors taking ventures outside of professional wrestling. Maybe Willysum should become a gym instructor because he has put on a lot more muscle than when he first popped on the scene in the AWF.
And that isn't so, you know, there were fans and people that dare called him Beer Belly. And to hell I say, where the hell is that now? Even back then that was outrageous to say. But even good to see now, you know, he can party, he could also hit the gym. It's ARTZ. ARTZ is getting into it with this New York crowd.
Calling Willysum Beer Belly. That's how a grown man looks like, alright? That's how a grown man who fights professionally looks like.
Wow! And what do you say to ARTZ? Showing a display of power. Man, need I remind, that's a 250+ pound man, and there's a hellacious size advantage there, but just say, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. Clothesline sits down. Brazil's trailblazing boy. Not a golden boy anymore. Brazil's, well, I wouldn't say crimson, but yeah, trailblazing is a good word. It's a trailblazer.
Nice DDT from Willysum.
Was going to say he could play with Damian Lillard, but I forgot he's playing elsewhere now. Willysum.
Just like Damian Lillard, a lot of things have changed in the landscape in terms of factions and teams.
What a slap. That was a slap. That was disrespectful.
Oh, I thought you were going for Alabama Slam. Instead, he got a dead eye. My Lord, have mercy. Hooks the leg.
Whoa. Newton.
Man, that was almost a fiasco there.
It still is a fiasco. Hook the leg
first.
1, 2. Damn it. That was a rope break. And then now ARTZ has exercised 2 kickouts, taking away strength from him, taking away energy. It is a hell of a fiasco if he can't get back from this. And Willysum, that's that slap from earlier, gets him against the ropes. Back, elbow.
The shot to the kidneys, very vicious. You see him with the high flying all the time, but the man has got a good head on his shoulders, and he's got a hell of a good elbow drop. Almost impaled the man. Cover. 1, 2. And Willysum finding the fire within himself. Perhaps he hears the words of Deuce ringing in his head. And Shavasco followed it up with a big splash. He hooks the leg again. This might be it, ladies and gentlemen. And it is.
I told you, world champion level splash that is. No matter how high or how low you go.
And the Arts pulled out all the stops here tonight.
And certainly so. He proved, hey, that's how they get down in Brazil. He's a party man too. Don't let it fool you. He carries the bags. But Lord, that Brazil nightclub scene is familiar with him.
And the question is, how can Willysum get back into the position he wants to be? Hardcore champion seems to have fallen from grace. He's been on a bit of a losing streak. It's not looking too good for him, I will say.
Well, he has Hollywood to console him, so it's not all but bad. And well, we have more Monday AWF up next.